Hi friends, welcome back. As you all know that Sowore, convener of Revolution Now protest and AAC presidential flag bearer, has been in the detention of the State Security Agency DSS. It's quite shocking that the government of today is not different from the past administration when Nigerians were under the rule of the military. Of course, it will not be shocking to some people, while it will be shocking to some people, particularly if you were born during the period that the military were in power. This present administration, under the rulership, I don't call it leadership, of President Buhari, I call him a general because he is still a military man and his modus operandi is still that of a military personnel. This is a government that practices nepotism, dictatorship, a government that disobeys court orders. Right now, the federal government has decided to punish Justice Taiwo, that is the judge that granted Sowore bail. They've decided to drag him to NJC for granting Sowore's bail. There were indications that the federal government was contemplating reporting Justice Taiwo to the National Judicial Council (NJC) on account of his decision to grant bail to the convener of Revolution Now protest, Mr. Omoyele Sowore. The Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja granted Sowore bail on Tuesday and dismissed the objection raised by the Department of State Security (DSS), and these objections were on the 7-count charges that they cooked up against him. One of them has to do with him insulting Sowore, insulting Buhari. In fact, they claim that calling for revolution, which simply means demand for transparency, and many others. They claim this is treasonable felony and this warrants death. Although Sowore had to fulfill some bail conditions, and this has to do with presentation, submission of his international passport and other documentations, which his representative Femi Falana presented. And the court officially sent a letter to the DSS in which they claim they were not aware of. Later, the DSS found a way of chasing away the bailiff that brought the second letter. It is gathered that a shocked Nigerian security and intelligence community met on the matter yesterday and resolved to appeal the judgment. It also decided to petition the NJC on the issue. A top government source who spoke to an online newspaper on the condition of anonymity said that anyone standing trial for treasonable felony is not entitled to bail. He said Sowore's bail is likely to bring trouble for that judge. A report has been prepared to report him to NJC in the view of the fact that as far as this country, it is known that a person charged for treasonable felony has no bail option. So the security and intelligence community in the country is shocked by the judgment. And there is a consensus that the judgment should not only be appealed, but that the NJC should be petitioned about the conduct and abuse of power by the judge. Now, this is funny. We are talking of a government that refuses to obey court rulings, and they are saying that the judge, Justice Taiwo, is actually abusing power. Sowore was arrested and kept in the custody of the DSS since 3rd of August 2019 for allegedly calling for revolution through the globe protest fixed for 5th of September 2019. Sowore on Thursday commenced a contempt suit against the Director General of the DSS, Yusuf Bichi, for allegedly disobeying the order granting him bail. On Wednesday, his lawyer submitted his passport to a deputy chief registrar of the court, like I said before. Meanwhile, Sowore remained in the custody of the Department of Security Service (SSS) last night, 72 hours after a federal high court granted him bail. His lawyers claimed that the DSS refused to comply with the court order even after his bail conditions have been met. It was gathered that a court bailiff bearing the documents confirming that the bail conditions have been met was not allowed into the DSS premises, Abuja. He was asked to come back at 12 noon, which he did. This time, the document was collected from him and Sowore's lawyer at the gate, yet he was not released. Sowore is facing trial for treasons-related charges. Justice Taiwo ordered the release of the convener of revolutionary protest on Tuesday on the condition that his lawyer, Mr. Femi Falana, will produce him for arraignment whenever he is required. But unfortunately, this is not so, as they claim that Sowore will be charged for treasonable felony, which simply means he will be killed. That is what that simply means. But it will be unfortunate for this administration to try this. If they push towards this will bring the end to Nigeria as it is. What's your take about this? Let us meet at the comment section below. Do you think that this president or this administration is serious at all? Let us meet at the comment section. And while you're there, may I remind you to kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red notification icon bell if you have not done so. Tap on it. Let's grow this channel together. Thanks for stopping by.